Hey guys, King of Charmanders here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst. And this is the complete guide for Legiana, all attacks, tips, and tricks. So when in the story do you face Legiana? Well, you'll face it in Chapter 10, Glacial Gales. And it's the urgent quest at the end, Beast of Prey and Splendor. It will start as a 5-star encounter and it's one of the hardest monsters in the story. If you don't have a poison or a grade 5 weapon, it can give you a really hard time. A lot of you have been asking for this guide, and I can imagine just how much and how painful Legiana is, because when I first started battling it, it definitely was extremely painful. In fact, I wish we could just all kill them like this. And here's Legiana's monster guide entry. It is a wyvern species found in swamp biomes, and its attack element is ice. Its elemental weaknesses are fire and poison, and its breakable parts are the head, the back, right wing, left wing, and its tail. And for its useful information, each attack leaves it vulnerable after the animation. You'll see that after each attack here, you can wail on it for a little bit before it starts to attack again. And poison is the best element to use as it stops Legiana from flying and using its ice elemental attacks. Alright, so Legiana has ground and air attacks. So we're going to cover the ground first, and its number 1 is the running bite. Legiana will run towards you and try to bite you. And for this signal, Legiana will pause with its mouth open, and then right after that, it will sprint towards you. You must roll twice, either left or right, to dodge if you're close, or once if you are far. Take a note, this is the attack is the Legiana's biggest window of vulnerability after it attacks. So you'll have a large window to attack it after it uses this attack. Next, at number 2, we have Legiana's jumping scratched attack. Legiana will jump in the air and try to scratch you with its claws, and it has one signal. Legiana will pull its head back, squat like it's about to jump, and that's its signal. And you can dodge this by rolling backwards. And at number 3, we have the Flying Wyvern species signature move, the tail swing. Legiana swings its tail in a 180-degree motion to sweep you with it. And it has one signal. Legiana will literally look behind it and raise its tail before it swings it. You can dodge this by rolling backwards, and of course, as a note, this usually happens when you are behind Legiana. And at number 4, we have Legiana's tail slam, which is an ice elemental attack. Legiana will do a front flip in the air and slam its tail in front. The tail will be coated with ice and deal damage in a line. For its signal, Legiana will jump in the air like its claw attack, but a trail of ice will come out of its tail before it flips. You can dodge this by rolling left or right. Do not roll backwards, because this is what happens. Note, this attack has a lot of range and it's really fast. When it jumps in the air, focus on its tail, and once you see that ice, dodge. If you don't, you're going to end up like me right here. As you see, it's a really light range of damage in front. If you get hit by this attack, you will get launched back, so beware. And at number 5, we have the spinning ice attack. It's an ice elemental attack, and it's its strongest ground attack. It will coat itself in ice and spin, creating a wave of ice. As you see, here's the signal. Legiana will stand tall and flap its wings. Ice will come out of its wings as it flaps them, and you can dodge by rolling backwards. The good thing about this attack is easier to dodge than a lot of its other attacks. Its signal is really obvious. If you see Legiana literally start going up tall like it's trying to scare away a bear or something like that, and flap its wings and ice comes out of it, you dodge backwards. It's that simple. You get hit with this attack, it's going to really suck because it does a lot of damage, especially if you have no ice resistance. Oh, you thought we were done? Nah, dude, we got the flying attack still. Legiana's flying attacks. Number 1, the flying bite. Legiana will attempt to bite you while it's flying. And it has one signal. Legiana will pull its head back and open its mouth. You can dodge this by rolling left or right. Next up at number 2, we got its spiral charge attack, which is an ice attack. Legiana will charge at you like a drill covered in ice. Like in 6-1 signal, Legiana will pull its head and kick its feet up, and you can dodge by rolling left or right. Pay attention to its feet and wings. It will wrap itself in its wings, giving you a good window to dodge. This is arguably its easiest attack to dodge while it's flying. And at number 3, we have its Gust of Ice, which of course is an ice elemental attack. Legiana will flap its wings and throw a gust of ice towards you. And here's its signal. Legiana will spin in the air and spread its wings surrounded by ice. It is super obvious. Literally will like go in the air, spin, and bam, coats of ice. You can dodge this by rolling left or right, and this is Legiana's strongest ice attack while it's flying. And here's the bonus, our favorite attack, the roar. Legiana will roar at you, stunning you or knocking you back if you are guarding using the sword and shield. It has one signal. Legiana will pull its head back and take a deep breath. You can dodge by rolling right before it lets out its roar, but this might vary. Legiana can perform the roar both while it's on the ground and while it's flying. Also, if you're far enough away from Legiana, its roar will actually affect you. And here are my Legiana tips and tricks. If you're using the bow/light bowgun, aim for its wings and or its head. If you're using melee, focus on its head unless you can reach its wings. Make sure you have lock on because this will make locking on its head a lot easier. If you're using melee, it's a must to have poison as well. The poison element allows you to mitigate its ability to fly and use elemental attacks. But this will only work if it's taking poison passive damage. A good way to know this is of course the passive damage where you see the poison element and it's taking damage, and of course when there's poison gushing out of its mouth. Legiana can have a long pause after it attacks, so take advantage of this. However, its attacks are also fast, so make sure you dodge right away because there isn't a lot of room for error. Do this and you will save potions and HP and make your way through Legiana in the story. It's not worth using a fire weapon. Seriously, using a fire weapon, you might as well just use poison because there's no benefit to using fire outside of the damage. A bow/light bowgun will also make this battle a lot easier if you are used to Legiana's attack pattern. If you are used to its attack pattern, guess what? Bow and light bowguns, you will rejoice because you could duck, dive, and dodge Legiana like there's no tomorrow. I hope this guide really helps all of you out that are stuck or having a hard time with Legiana. I was there at one point. This thing is excessively painful. If your weapons or thing aren't really up to gear, this thing can be really painful to defeat. Do me a huge favor, please like, subscribe, and comment for YouTube algorithm. I would really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of your support. Good luck, and I will see y'all on the next one.